here. Sweet. So we are, if you're watching on YouTube, welcome back to the Alexandrian Codex. I think you know where you are. I think you know what we're playing. I'm still Alex. This is Fable Anniversary. We've put in a substantial amount of time to this. We're closing up on the end here. We need to go get a couple more hero souls, then we'll be able to fight Jack of Blades for the final time. And then I have to find a new filler game, as well as a new main campaign. Had a very productive day today. It's just making it impossible to schedule anything far in advance. Yeah, I think I'd like to have one to mix campaign runs on EU4, like really hard punishing campaign, fail at that like 5 times, switch over to something I know I can do, go back and forth and back and forth. I also do really want to give Vicky 2 mods a try because those are looking really good. I've been playing a ton of Kaiserreich, which is a mod for Hearts of Iron 4, off camera, so I should really just do that on camera. Right? Yeah. I was gonna say I should start a Crusader 2 campaign, Crusader Kings 2.
I hope this thing works. You need to release the soul from the mask.
I'm real bad at
well,
CK2.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Could be
I've
fun.
never seen anything like it. It's
Role
like it's
playing would
using
be
the soul
fun.
to
I
power
definitely
itself.
would not do achievement
Anyway,
runs in
we figured
CK2.
out the second inscription. It says, "The heroine."
Oh, boys and girls, we gotta get us some
I can't think of anyone
heroin.
who fits the description better than Scarlet Robe, your mother. There's always me, of course, but as you can see, I'm still alive, and I plan to stay that way. You'll have to pay her tomb in Oakvale another visit. I know this won't be easy, but Scarlet was always one to make sacrifices, remember?
Yeah. Back to Oakvale. Run into the graveyard, steal my mother's soul. Nothing weird going on here at all. Playing Fable Anniversary has actually made me want to go back and play Fable 2 and Fable 3 again.
Poor Scarlet.
I know, if I remember
Would
correctly,
you really do that to your own mother?
that they're not as good,
Brian, she is of no use to anyone.
but I'm awfully sentimental. And the nostalgia has been fantastic. Not 3, yeah. You, Dirty Peasants has clearly played
Something tells
Fable
me there's
3.
going to be a lot
Don't mention
of
it. It never happened. Yeah.
screaming.
Yeah.
Need a good soul to fight beside you.
It might be worth replaying it just to remember the salt. And playing it on the PC lets you make, perhaps cheat a little bit. I played it on the 360 when I played it before. Fable 2 was pretty okay. Fable Anniversary,
I know
or
what you
Fable
seek,
was
son.
my
But
first
Jack
one.
has sent a legion of screamers to torment my soul.
I had played it even
They
before the
won't
Lost
allow me
Chapters
to
came
leave.
out.
And now they will try to take you too.
Oh no, Screamers. The Lost Chapters is really like a game trying to be hard, but you're so overpowered at this point that nothing can really be difficult. Where? Okay. Oh, slow time is the best thing ever. Oh, there's a few over here, yeah. Just a few. Wow, we do need to kill like 20 of these, huh? I have to say, after a pretty conclusive amount of time playing through Anniversary Edition, I'm not digging the harder difficulty. The original Fable had a normal mode, and I think a hard mode on top of that, maybe, but the, like, extra deluxe hard mode that Fable Anniversary has introduced is really disappointing. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a very nostalgic person and, change is bad. Change isn't bad. Badly implemented change is bad. Like, the only way in which it's difficult is enemies do more damage, you take more damage, and you earn less money, you sell everything for less money. It just seems like needlessly punishing to the player. When I enjoy harder difficulties in games, it's often when the game improves the quality of the AI. Well, have a great night, dirty peasants. It's so hard to say something polite to your screen name just because it sounds like I'm being a horrible person. Quality choice. Like, I always go back to this example when I talk about it. I know I'm a broken record, but Galactic Civilizations 2, and maybe even the original Galactic Civilizations, did this really, really well. The game had a learning algorithm. Basically, it, through your games, watch what you built, watch what kind of victories you had, what kind of playstyle you had, and at higher difficulties, the AI would take that into account and use counter strategies. Depending on the effectiveness of those counter strategies, it would introduce more and more of them over time. And effectively, the game would just try to kill you repeatedly and be better and better and better at killing you.
And his new form is almost ready.
Which was brilliant.
Sense how he fears.
And I'd really like more games to take that kind of philosophy in mind when they're designing difficulty. Not just
son.
You get hurt more, or they get hurt less, or they do more damage, or you do less damage, or money's harder to get. Like, those are stupid and arbitrary things. And this weird mom ghost groaning stuff. Weird taste, game. Weird taste.
We deciphered the third inscription. Come back to the shrine and I'll show you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very charming game, but it is quite evidently a product of an older era. More than anything, I just missed the chicken kicking competition. I'll be real. This is a good 30% of why I wanted to play through this game again.
I'm sure your mother would be proud.
Alex, did you update the stream description? Oh, you may not have. Well, you have now.
But we still haven't figured out who that might mean.
We both know who it is, dear Briar. You can't protect the old fool any longer.
He's gonna say it's a guildmaster. It's actually Nostromo, the old guy whose armor we returned to him in the graveyard way earlier on. I think I can just go straight to the graveyard, can I not? Oh, let's take a shot. Witchfield Graveyard. Not looking like it. Game, where do you think I should go? Heroes Guild, huh? Unless I could...
welcome back, sir.
There
this
we go.
place has been a mess since you left. People running around with bits of old paper, books flying everywhere. And the guildmaster's only gone and holed himself up in the guild woods.
Guild Woods.
We're not supposed to let anyone near him.
We found it! The soul mentioned in the inscription. It must be Nostro. His soul has been trapped in the Litchfield
Why is this
graveyard
dude
for
not wearing the
centuries.
apprentice armor?
Our
He's
text
wearing the
suggests
assassin
it
armor.
should be in the graveyard circle, you know, where you found the tunnel to Bargate Prison.
Yeah, no
Catching
problem.
souls? Never heard such nonsense.
No problem.
Well, good luck, hero.
And then Jack's gonna be like, her, what if you just did the evil thing instead? Wouldn't that be easier? And the truth is, no, not really, because they're balanced to be about as difficult as each other. Morality in video games took a leap forward with the popularization of the Mass Effect series, And I know that BioWare had previous titles before Mass Effect, but really that did help push things forward a significant amount. God damn. The precedent before then was kind of what Fable has here now. Kind of meh, lukewarm morality choices, like obviously really evil or obviously good. You know, big air quotes, good. Oh, increasingly Mass Effect and later iterations strayed away from that. I think Dragon Age 2? Dragon Age 2 tried to eschew it altogether when they went for having like different personalities, like either being serious or jokey or whatever. This is a novel idea. Dragon Age 2 was a divisive title, right? If you played it, you either love it or hate it. I hated it at first, personally. I came back and played it again, and it actually stands up quite well. It was frustrating at the time because it wasn't the game that I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be more Dragon Age Origins, which, God, do not tempt me to play that again on stream. Because the temptation is real. But I don't think me running around on a world map grinding for hours and hours will be the most interesting content. Particularly, nostalgia streams are kind of enjoyable because a player typically knows what they're doing. However, you don't really get to see me react to very much except like, oh hey, or haha, I remember this, and that's about it. That's been about the range of my expression here. And it gives me a neat opportunity to reconsider old opinions and really look more critically at art that I loved as a kid and look at it now that I understand game design and have studied game design a little bit. Definitely not a waste of time, but I think new content's still fun. Speaking of new content, the release date for Subnautica is January 23rd or 24th, which does not mean I'm going to start a new Subnautica stream or series. I mean, I might, but probably not. What it does mean is that we can finally get finally end the campaign we were doing and get the hell off the planet. That is assuming, of course, that the save files transfer. If not, then it will require me to run through the entire game again to actually get our stranded survivor off of the planet. It's a fun enough game, I wouldn't mind it, but I'm kind of one and done with that type of game. Once you've learned everything and how to survive, it's less thrilling and exciting, and the whole sense of discovery goes away, and that's what makes a survival open world game really good for me, is the learning curve and getting to play that out. If learning curve is really that important to me, I should struggle through Dwarf Fortress on stream, maybe. It's been long enough that I forget how it works.
Once more. You reclaimed my weapons and armor and brought me peace. Now, I offer my soul in return.
Seems like a shitty deal for you.
I am Nostro.
Nostro,
Mine
not
is a
Nostromo.
warrior's soul. You must take it in battle so that I may stand proud among my comrades in the afterlife.
Can do, buddy.
My men have sworn an oath to protect me even in death. Only when they fall can I be harmed.
Listen, this is gonna be a boss battle,
Now,
and this is exactly how you
claim
fight
my
the boss.
soul with honor.
To damage me, you need to kill the ads first. You got that? Okay. It's preposterous that you would add a hard difficulty onto this game. It's not supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be like pre-teens first role-playing game. Or fantasy role-playing game. I don't mean that in an insulting way. It was my first. Outside of like The Legend of Zelda and titles like that. Ah, man, there's a fun idea. Majora's Mask would be a joy to play through again. Of the Zelda titles, that is my favorite. But Nintendo being Nintendo would make that awfully difficult. They got their copyrights, and boy, do they want to keep them. Yeah, Kaiserreich's stream wouldn't last very long. I think that'd be a long day, one and done type deal. The fun of that particular mod is that it's so well done and there's so many sides really well developed in it that I could come back to that and play as different factions, different nations. And honestly, I like the traditions and focus trees better in that mod than I do in vanilla Hearts of Iron 4, so that may be the only avenue that we're getting there.
Only one hero will be allowed to pass through the gate, and hey, guess what? You're the strongest. I don't know what form Jack's going to take, but I don't think it's going to be small and furry, do you? Good luck, for all our sakes.
You're too late, little hero.
You've received a new quest card.
Late.
Oh boy, a new quest card.
Unfinished business.
Oh boy, I go do that side quest. What? Why? Why on earth? Game. Well, player, you've been at this for 20-something hours. The game is almost over. Why don't you go do some more side quests? Oh, God, no. Oh, I'm actually missing one quest to finish up one of the achievements.
Here you are.
Man, after this I might actually have to end early for
But
tonight.
I knew you'd free me eventually. Yes, always the puppet. Don't you ever get tired of having your strings pulled? I am no mortal man. The gods and demons you fear and worship are as nothing to me.
So edgy. It looks so bad now. Nope. Alright, no, it's fine, game. I guess I'll just wait here. I thought that the bow was more necessary than it's seeming to be. Oh, this is why I thought that. Yep.
All this heat, all these flames. It's just like the day Oakvale burned.
Oh, no. This is supposed to be meaningful because we have a relationship with you, but it's not because the game has been lasting for so long. The Lost Chapters really was... Let me play with the audio a little bit because it's too loud. Even for me, this is a little loud. The Lost Chapters had the promise of like, return to Albion. And they added some cool content, like the Avos Tear sword that I'm using, the armor that I'm wearing. Some of the quests they added were pretty cool. The new locations I actually like quite a bit. Snowspire is one of my favorite towns in the game.
Possibly comprehend what I I am.
But it also felt kind of weird because it's not really new content. It's just a bunch of old content reused. The summoners are new enemies. And they're kind of challenging to play once, but like this whole Hero Souls bit, like you have to go back to fight in the arena again, then go kill a bunch of banshees. Like, at the point in the game where you add difficulty by just increasing the number of things that you are throwing at the player.
Have you any idea how small you are to me now?
Well, I was about to say you're getting lazy, but bullet hells are kind of born out of that, right? And bullet hells have a lot of finesse to them. Alright, let's switch targets here. Just end this. Granted, I'm terrible at bullet hells, so me making the case that, like, oh yeah, there's validity there, I may not be the best person to make that argument.
Everything you've ever done has been for nothing.
I mean, you're just a dragon. You're a single dragon. Real hyped up, apparently powerful dragon, but like, who cares? Jack of Blades had great character design. The character design in this game is spot fucking on. Beautiful.
Yet, you must destroy the mask. Whatever you do, you must not wear it.
And then we get all Lord of the Rings here. We throw it away, naturally, because we've been playing a good character, and will continue to do so. The whole "it's a dragon" bit is a little silly. Jack is this malevolent entity without a physical body. I think that's
It
more
was a battle that will be talked
compelling
about for centuries to come. The day
that's
the
just
hero
me.
of Oakvale slew the dragon Jack of Blades. The day the strange creature behind the mask was finally banished from this world. And this is where our tale must end. Though even the most hopeful of hearts knew the struggle between good and evil would never be truly over. As for what became of the guild and its heroes, that is a story for another time.
But that never really got told in a story. Fable 2, the guild's already burned to a crisp. And dead. And in Fable 3, it's weird that you're a hero. You're the only one, I think. Now, there have been rumblings that perhaps Fable 4 is in the wings, or maybe a remake or something like that, and that would be a potentially interesting subject for them to broach if they did do a remake. But I wouldn't get too excited, as this IP has been laid to rest for quite some time at this point. Lionhead Studios did a great job for the time and with the resources afforded to them with the original. Peter Molyneux took some heat for promising things that he then did not deliver. Like this idea that you could plant a single acorn and it'll grow into a tree. This idea that you can make choices in the world and there will be consequences down the line, that you can kind of sow your own destiny. And vaguely, he did deliver on that. Right, but not to the level that the hype was wanting. And in Fable 2 and Fable 3, we saw the same things come to a head. Basically, Molyneux would say, well, we have better technology and more experience now, and we can actually make it happen this time. And then, inevitably, it just didn't happen. But, well, we have games today, I'm specifically thinking Elite Dangerous, that can simulate the formation of stellar and planetary bodies on a galactic scale very realistically. It can simulate the entire galaxy of the Milky Way. I think if we've gotten to that point, if we've gotten to the point where in a pretty widely played game, you can literally go to every star in the Milky Way, and of course you can't because you don't have enough time to, but it's physically, theoretically possible, then a remake of a game like Fable with real consequences and decision-making skills. But are there dragons, though? You know, space dragons. You can make it happen. It'd be a pain in the ass to do, but you could make it happen. I think that's a lot of what Paradox tries to do in their grand strategy titles. Just bringing this all in together. This idea that choice matters and you have to live out the history or live out the consequences of it. You know, you're not playing a complete sandbox title, but there's a lot there. This is a very charming game, and if anyone hasn't played it, I would recommend it, but I'm also very nostalgic. If you're approaching this with the lens of, why is Fable $9.99 but Fable Anniversary is $39.99? That is ridiculous. Well, how much is Fable The Lost Chapters? Let's check this out. I was about to say I recommend it. If it's on sale, I recommend it. Let's see. The Lost Oops, to spell Lost Chapters. Oh yeah. I would just buy Fable The Lost Chapters. The improvements made for Anniversary Edition are like way better controls. They've improved the graphics on everything, which is fine. I mean, I'm really nostalgic for the original graphics, so take it or leave it, right? I'd say wait until a big sale and grab it for cheap. I bought Anniversary Edition for like $8 or $9 on the Black Friday sale or Cyber Monday sale, so just wait for something like that. The game's not going anywhere, right? And, no, there be alternative means of acquiring booty, but I think it's worth supporting, but I really wish our attitude toward media were more of a patronage thing, like only paying for it if you actually enjoyed it, like paying like an entry fee and then tipping on top of that, but I know that's not sustainable for anyone involved. Sad you missed the playthrough, just got here. Will I be playing any other Fable games? I've been talking about it and I'm thinking about it. The hard part is getting Fable 2 to work reliably. I'll have to look into that, probably using an emulator, because Fable 2 was never released for the PC and I do not care enough to buy a 360 or a new Xbox and then work all that, so I'll probably have to get an emulator up and running for that, which we'll see. Fable 3, oh, I could definitely do, but it's the least popular in the series, so I want to. Particularly because I opened this can of worms, I might as well. Yeah. Man, the credits go on for way longer than they used to. Also, what is with these credits? That they're just all in one column right here? They're not spread across the screen in typical cinematic. I think it's probably because they wanted to make the credits fit any resolution size and scale up and scale down. Oh, well, it doesn't have to be on mouse and keyboard. In fact, it defaults to keep controller controls, 360 controller controls, like here. You can switch between traditional controls, the original game's controls, Fable 2 and Fable 3 controls, or yeah, that's it. And in fact, I've had problems on this playthrough that sometimes it'll just randomly reset to this without me changing the settings. So that's been confusing when it's happened. Alright, let's look at the achievements here. Because we're in here, this may be the last time we play it, and I got 20 minutes to kill. Kill a follower on an escort quest? Nah. While dressed as an assassin fart? Nah. Perform a headshot with a crossbow while dressed as a woman wearing a beard and a redhead wig? Nah. Oh, Fable The Lost Chapters on Steam doesn't have a controller option. So that must have been what they added. That's so annoying. I swear somehow I must have played it with a controller, but I may be making that memory up. So don't trust me. There are programs out there where you can set it up so that using the controller inputs a input that a keyboard would, so that you could then use those programs. God, I'm forgetting. Like an emulator to do that. It works fairly roughly. I think you would just have to bite the bullet and play with the mouse and keyboard. Yeah, God, what do I want to do
You've
for
just
the next
learned
hour?
the insult expression.
I just learned the
You're
insult.
now evil enough to use the vulgar thrust expression.
Oh, right, we're getting all the expressions.
You're now evil enough to use the middle finger expression.
Is that it? Middle finger is the evilest expression in the game, huh? Do we have the cool tattoos going on yet? Ah, yeah, we're starting to. If I had gone down Will, we would have had really killer Will tattoos all over us by now. I don't know, this is the end of the game, but a lot of games like this allow you to just keep playing on. In case there's side quests you want to do, or you just want to try and get achievements, or just play around in the world a little bit more.
Ha
I think this is going to... Alright. So sad, I fell asleep and woke up, there were like 10 seconds of Dragon. I mean, Cora, you really didn't miss much. We got 3 hero souls from some really repetitive quests. We took them all into this room. There was some magic stuff going on. We didn't even walk up to this temple. We just got teleported inside of it. We fought the dragon, and that was it. The storyline in Fable The Lost Chapters is not great. It basically just gave more game for people who really wanted more game. And at the time, I was one of those kids. Like, I just wanted more. So they capitalized on it. Nothing wrong with it. But yeah. Well, if you were watching on YouTube, this is a short one, but I'm not padding this out for another 20 minutes for you. If you're watching on Twitch, we'll find some bullshit to get up to. Don't worry about it. But yeah, YouTube. Keep an eye out for Fable 2 campaign coming up. Maybe we'll see if I can make that work. If not, watch something else. We'll see you later.